Do it your way. Success and failure travel different roads, and other wisdom topics. Grandma's porch, a place to relax, a place to enjoy. Come visit Grandma's porch. Do it your way. Success and failure travel different roads. And if I had it to do all over again. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brianne. Well, I've started something new with my channel recently, and it's doing longer videos. Not too long. Normally I was doing 3 to 5 minute, maybe 10 minutes at most. Now I'm trying to incorporate my daily wisdom into one video rather than 5 or 6 5-minute videos. So you may get a 20-minute video, you may get a 15-minute video now on the average rather than a 5-minute video. I find that this works better for me because, well, I can do my video and then I can move on with my day. Whereas if I'm constantly doing videos back and forth, it takes up a lot of time to edit those. This way, I'm editing one video. So what I've decided to do is, rather than just talk about one topic in my videos, which is normally what I do, I title my topic, a certain topic, and that's all I talk about. Now what I'm doing is titling my video. It may have one title, but it may contain a lot of different topics. And as you all know, I wake up in the morning. That's my spirit time. That's when I feel that I have the most clarity. That's when I feel that my spirit speaks to my conscious in that waking up period of about an hour. As I sit up in bed, I write down my notes. I call them scribble notes that I write down on my notepad. And so I write down my scribble notes, and then I get dressed, I go brush my teeth, get dressed, and I come out and make a video. And then I go for my 5-mile run, then I come back and do my college work, because y'all know I'm a 63-year-old college student, full-time. And so I write down my notes, and so now I have to kind of look at my notes as we go, rather than just kind of wing it and talk about one particular subject. My videos are not scripted. You know, I really speak from my soul and from my heart. I don't give advice, I don't give suggestions, I don't give any of that. I just share with you how I live my life and how I see different issues, and I really never know what I'm going to talk about. So, I come on here every morning or every afternoon or whenever I come on, and I make a video. So I want to make a more like one video per day. Now, the only issue that I really have right now is that I have about 200 recent videos, 5-minute videos, in the queue. So what I've decided to do with those is to use those as filler, or when I don't have time to do a daily video. And they're wonderful topics, and I'm trying to find a way that I can use them. So I thought about making a watch list and with them, with all the brand new videos. And so I tried to make a watch list, and I thought, well, wait a minute, if I make a watch list, I can't actually publish it as a daily video. I thought I could take like 10 videos a day, put them together, create a watch list, and then share them out. Well, I can share them out, but they're not going to show up on my channel as a video. And so what I basically decided to do is to just kind of use those as I go, not use them all at one time. And because some of them are really good. I have so many subjects I talk about, and you know, so many subjects come to me daily, so I keep my camera set up and I come over here and I, you know, talk wisdom, and then I put it up. But I really, since I've been monetized, and I held off being monetized for a long time, but since I became monetized, I feel like I want to do a longer video rather than a bunch of smaller ones. And so I have all of these videos, and likely I will put them out now and then. So now and then, if you get one of those filler videos, they're equally wonderful to the video that I just made, like this one, and put up. They're equally wonderful. They're just shorter and they don't have as much content to them. And, you know, I back up all of my videos on DVD because my original purpose for coming on here was for my children, so that they would always forever have a running dialogue of my daily wisdom. And so when I came up 11 years ago, I didn't come public. I just put up videos. I left them public, but they were like 1 minute long, not tagged, not titled, not anything. And my kids could find them because they were public. And then my friends started watching them, and family and people that I met wanted to watch them. And so when I came on 8 months ago with about 200 subscribers, which were all people that I knew or family, and now, you know, then I built up to around 13K before the purge, and now I'm climbing back up again, and a little slower than before. You know, it's a little slower after, but I'm doing, you know, climbing back up that mountain. And so I'm climbing up that mountain, and you know, and I'm thinking, how do I want to do it? I want to come on here daily and make content. So that leads into what I talked about the other day. Do I continue to do live streams? You know, live streams are not my lane. I counted up the number of live streams since I came public 8 months ago and grew so rapidly. I did 103 live streams. And I have to tell you that although I love real time, I love connecting, you know, sitting behind the camera for 2 hours, trying to watch the stream, giving people blue wrenches, watching what people are saying, you know, it's very, very draining. And for me, now some people love it, they're thrilled about it, it works for them. What works for another person may not work for me. And I've learned that through my life, is that for me to try to be like someone else, it usually does not work. And so I don't want to be like someone else. I want to be like me. I want to do it my way. I want to do things my way. And so when it comes to my channel, I want to do things my way, meaning I love making content. Will I do live streams? Of course. Will they usually be at the same times, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? Yes, if I'm going to do them. But I'm not going to do them probably every day. I've skipped a day or two already. And, you know, I do enjoy them. But that's not why I came here to do live streams. People say now, well, you're monetized, you need to do those, that way you'll make money. My purpose wasn't for that coming here on the channel. You know, I had this nasty comment, it's quite a while back when I first came up, and I wasn't monetized, and this lady came on and made a comment, and she said, oh, you're just up here because you want to be, you're monetized and you want to make money. Well, that was never the situation, and I wasn't monetized. And she went on to be nasty and say, oh, you're privileged. You know what? I grew up poor, and I've done a lot of videos. Maybe she didn't hear those videos. I don't know. But she was nasty in her comment, and I blocked her. And, you know, sometimes you have to do that. So when you're on a live stream, sometimes you have to block people and all that. And I just don't want to deal with that. So I will do live streams. I'm not saying that I won't, but I'll pop on when I feel like it, usually at those times, but when I feel like it. Because for me, I would feel drained after, and I don't like to feel that way. I want to feel replenished. And yes, there's good tired and there's bad tired. Good tired is doing what you love, like the content. I love doing the content like what I'm doing right now, the recordeds. And then there is draining, where you feel drained after. So you want to feel replenished. Even if you're tired, you want to feel replenished. And so yes, I will do live streams, but not on an everyday basis, not on a schedule. They'll just kind of be my own schedule when I feel like it. The when I feel like it schedule. I like that. I like that. The when I feel like it schedule. And so, yeah, so I'm coming on. I'm going to share different wisdom topics for that morning or that day or whenever I happen to make the video. And that's how I'm going to do it. That's how I'm going to do it. And I'm not a gaming channel. I'm not a how to do it yourself channel. I'm a grandma channel. And I'm also not a networking channel. You can grow here. You can make wonderful friends here, especially when I do my lives. And yet that's not what I'm about. I'm a wisdom channel. I'm an inspiration channel who just gives my opinions on different issues. Never advice, never suggestions, just my opinion. And so, you know, trying to get on there and do these live streams for 2 hours was exhausting. And I have a beautiful family that, you know, we do things together. I go to college full time. I'm an artist, you know, an oil painter artist. I run 5 miles a day, which I'm going to do in just a little bit. And I am so busy with my life. I'm so busy, you know, just doing the things that I do. And so I don't want to sit behind a camera for 2 hours a day, you know, and networking, you know, and I think it's wonderful that people do that. And some people absolutely love that. And I got that. And I mean, I really understand that. You've got to do what works for you, not what works for somebody else. Because if you do what works for somebody else, it's likely not going to work for you because you're unique and you have unique likes and dislikes. And so that's how it is for me. That's how it is for me. And so sometimes I get on here and my makeup is messed up, but I put the videos up anyhow. The camera is crooked, the phone rings, my husband walks across the room. My kids want something. I have 3 young adult kids. They're wonderful. 2 live at home. They all go to college. My daughter lives right down the street. She's always here. And so life is good. Life is good, and I want to keep it good. I don't want to be drained. And so I try to avoid things that drain me. I try to do things that replenish me. And I love going antique shopping. So yes, I will do live streams, but when I feel like it. Okay, and I do back up everything on DVD, which I highly recommend because, well, my computer can only take, I have like several computers, but they can only take so much data, so I have to delete them from the computer. So before I do that, after I've uploaded them to YouTube, I just go and back them up so my kids have a hard copy. Because someday, you know, if I had my mom or my grandma's wisdom on DVD, I would absolutely watch it now, even though it's been years later, because they were so wise and in so many ways. And so I'm doing that as a gift to my kids. So these videos are actually for my children and then for everybody else. And so I back them up so my kids have that hard drive on DVD. A lot of people use, you know, other methods, and I don't do that. I just back them up the old-fashioned way. And so let me go on with my subjects here. Okay, let's see. You know, if I had things to do over again, you know, when you're 20, 21, 22, it just seems like yesterday. Where did life go? Where did life go? It goes so fast. It seems like yesterday I was 22 years old, living in LA, you know, having moved from a southern-like town, and living in the big city, Hollywood and all that. And then it seems like yesterday that I got married and that we moved to Europe and traveled Europe for 5 years. And then it seems like yesterday my kids were small and it was the most magical time of my life. And we were living on the beach and I would pull them in the little red wagon every day on the beach and we would feed the seagulls. Seems like yesterday. Where did life go so fast? I'm 63 years old. I'm embracing and loving every moment of being 63 years old. And yet, I'm 63 years old. Where did the time go? So I'm making great use of my time. I'm using my time in the most valuable of ways. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. And so life does go fast. Do it your way. I'm doing things my way. At 63 years old, I wish I had known what I know now. Do it your way. When we become a copy of someone else, we're not doing it our way. And often we will fail. You know, success and failure travel different roads. And often, even if they travel the same road, failure gives up, where success keeps on going, even with the challenges, difficulties, and problems. There's a big difference between successful people and failures. Often they encounter the same problem, but they handle it differently. It's in how we handle our challenges, our difficulties, and our problems. We all get them. And so I believe if you want to succeed at what's right for your life, you've got to keep on going. And that's where people who fail come in. They don't keep on going. Yeah, sometimes we come up with a roadblock, stagnation, we're stuck in the ditch, we can't get out, but eventually we're going to get out of that ditch. And so you just got to keep on keeping on. That's the difference between success and failure. They either travel different roads or they travel the same road. One keeps on going and one gives up. And so, yes, I love to do things my way. You know, when I was talking about, being on live streaming, sometimes you'll get nasty comments. And I was listening to one of my favorite YouTubers who's an older woman, and she was talking about that. She was talking about how people often would give her nasty comments. Not often. She would get them periodically. And she said she just blocked them. She was nice. I mean, she just talked grandma talk like I talk. And, there are people out there that have no subscribers, or a couple, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, and it's all the trolls that they know, and they go on other people's channels to make nasty comments. And sometimes they start off with really nice comments, and the next time they come back there, add a little something negative to it, and then it gradually becomes more negative. And that's what they do. They kind of pull you in through their nice comment, and then they wham you with their nasty comment. And I'm on to people like that. I'm on to the nasty comments, because usually people that troll people's pages or troll people's channels are people that truly are unhappy people, because happy people don't make nasty comments, and happy people don't give thumbs down if content is good, or even if it's mediocre, they don't give thumbs down. They give thumbs down to bad content. And most content, most people that get thumbs down are making decent content or great content. And so they're just jealous people, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Jealousy lurks in the dark corners of virtual media, and they're sitting down on the old box computer, trolling around from channel to channel to see what nasty comments they can make. And that's what trolls do, and that's what nasty people do, and that's what unhappy people do, and that's what people who are jealous do. They don't want to see other people happy or other people succeed. And there's a lot of that out there in in-person life and in virtual life. There's a lot of that. And so I just block them or ignore them. I was thinking this morning about what happens when you have a relationship with someone who has negative behavior. Sometimes we choose to stay in a relationship even though a person has negative traits, negative personality. I realize no one is really perfect. I've got that. And people have off days and that. But some people do have significant negativity patterns in their personality. And yet they could be a family member, they could be a coworker, they could be a neighbor. People that we choose choose to stay at some level of a relationship. And I've talked about this a lot before. How I deal with it is I simply have to work around them. I can't treat them quite the same way as I would treat somebody who didn't have those same traits. And so if I'm going to have a relationship with someone like that, I may not be able to include them in everything I do. I may not be able to talk about every kind of conversation. I may only be able to see them for little periods of time or talk to them on the phone for short periods of time. Sometimes my relationship becomes very limited with those people, even though I want to continue on, because they often have very, very good qualities as well. Most people are not all bad or all good, meaning that they don't all have perfect qualities. And yet some people have both significantly, and we want to get the good without getting the bad. So I call those limited relationships. I still have a relationship, but it's often limited in how much of a relationship that I have with them. You know, people often talk about viral videos and getting one. I would love to have one. Who wouldn't? I would love to have a great positive viral video. And so I think that it can always happen. It can happen. But this is the thing. If it happens and you have no other content but that one video or a couple videos, and people come to your channel, what are they going to watch after that? They're going to move on. So for me, I have a lot of videos up. So if I was ever fortunate enough to get a really, not necessarily a viral video, but a very popular video, which I have one that's kind of popular out there called Old Ladies Wear Pantyhose. I have no idea why it's so popular. I have no idea. But so if I ever, that would to be, I have a lot of content. Someone asked me the other day, why are all my fish disappearing? I wake up in the morning and I went to bed with 50 new friends on my channel, and I wake up with only 5. And I said, I don't know. I tried to figure out the answer with all the changes. We had the purge, and then it's like climbing a mountain now. Even when I meet friends who find my content, just when they're surfing the network channel, they come on. If they don't watch a full video, if they watch part of it and plan on coming back later to watch the rest, I will often lose those people. So like last night, I think I went to bed with like 102 or 104 new friends. And I woke up this morning and I think I had 40 something new friends from yesterday. So in other words, I made 102, I lost 60 of those 102, but I still gained 42, if that's right, something like that. And so I don't know the answer. I don't know the reasoning. The only thing that I think, it's just what I think, is that people have to watch a good portion of the video and not wait and come back later, because I think within a few hours, if they haven't come back, we lose them. And so I think it's really important to watch the videos. Watch the videos. Replenish yourself. Find ways to replenish yourself. When the way you are doing things is just too much for you. That's why I was talking about, when I was doing the live streams twice a day, it wasn't working for me. It might have been working for other people, but it wasn't working for me. It was exhausting me. And I don't do that to myself. I want to replenish. And I love coming on here and making my content. I love doing this. This is what I'm about, making content. So I know what I'm about. What are you about? I asked myself that question. What are you about? What is your channel about? My channel is about recorded content. I love making the recorded content with an occasional live, with occasionally popping on other people's lives. And, I just like to share my wisdom. It was never about monetization, although I'm very grateful for monetization. It was never about that. It was about solely making content for my kids and my family so that they would always have that. And then I began to share it out 8 months ago publicly, where I tagged and titled and created thumbnails and created, a little beginning and a little ending. So I still don't know what I'm going to do with all of my videos, the 5-minute ones, if I'm going to put them up one by one or make a big watch list or something like that. I don't know yet. Let's see. Oh, when you're not living under normal circumstances. You know, sometimes in life can happen where it's not normal. This is not normal. It could be a financial crisis, a family crisis, a health crisis. It could be any kind of crisis, and that's not a normal time. I was thinking about when my kids were little, and I was homeschooling, and we were living in Texas, and we were getting ready to move back to Georgia, but to a town we had never been to. My mom had developed Parkinson's and ALS, and she was living in California, and it came to the point she was falling down, and I said, Mom, you can't be out there by yourself anymore. You need to come with us. And so my husband drove out there, and at that point she was in diapers. She wore diapers because, you know, she just did, and sometimes she couldn't make it to the bathroom. He brought her back to Texas, and we were in the process of moving, but we had a few weeks in there before we moved, and oh, it was so difficult, and it was so challenging. It was so not normal, and she was so sick, and she was, you know, and her emotional state was not good at all. And here I was homeschooling my 3 little children, getting ready for a big move to a town we had never been to in Georgia, and it was not normal times. And I remember sitting out on my back patio and just crying and crying and crying, and I said, Lord, please give me a sign that it's going to be okay. So I walked into my kitchen to get a cup of coffee, and as I was sitting in my kitchen, so I went into the kitchen and I looked out the window, and there was 2 men, the maintenance men, because we lived in kind of a really nice housing area, and they were pounding a sign in the yard. And so after they left, because I had been crying and I didn't want to go out there and see what they were doing, and so after they left, I went out there, and here it said Yard of the Month. I had gotten Yard of the Month, and I really started crying because I had wanted that for like 2 years, and everybody else was seeming to get it, and even though my yard was beautiful, I hadn't got it yet, and out of like 100 houses. And so I got that sign. So that was my sign. I said, oh, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Lord. I got my sign, you know, and it was a real sign. You know, I asked for a sign from God that everything was going to be okay. And ultimately it was okay. And I've done videos on taking care of an elderly parent or being a caregiver. I've done that video, and I may do another one in the future again, because that's a whole long video of, you know, when you take care of someone who's sick. And I'm so glad I did it. I'm so glad I took care of my mom for about 3 years total. Part of it was in my home, and part of it was when she got so sick and had to go to the nursing home. And I would drive an hour to and from in Georgia on back roads twice a day, you know, to go a check on her and make sure she was okay. I was a great daughter. She was a great mom. I'm glad I did it, but it was one of the most difficult and challenging and not normal times of my life. And so there are times that we go through in life that are not normal, and we just have to get through it. We just have to get through it. And that's what I did. I got through it. I got through it. It was not always easy. And so there are times in life that life is not normal, and I probably will do another video on that again. And if not, you can go back and look in my archive. I can forgive, but I don't accept bad behavior. My forgiveness doesn't mean that I'm going to accept your bad behavior. And I don't take blame for something I never played a part in. You know, often people will try to shift blame or want you to take part of the blame when you had nothing to do with it. I don't accept blame. I just say, hey, wait a minute, take it back, take it back. It's not mine to take, that's yours. And, but I can forgive people, and I do. I'm a big forgiver, but that doesn't mean I want to hang out with them, or it doesn't mean that I will accept negative behavior. And I was talking in my 5-minute video, which I haven't put out yet, called Stepping Back, Changing Circumstances, Second Chances. Sometimes we give people second chances, but it's with limited privileges. And sometimes we can't give them full privileges back into our lives because, well, they haven't changed, but we're still giving them a second chance to be in our lives. Other people completely change, and we can give back the relationship just the way it was or better. And so, yeah, I think, you know, that's my video thoughts for the day. And like I said, I love to come on here. I love to share with you. Sometimes my makeup is messed up. Sometimes, you know, I don't look perfect. Sometimes the phone rings. Sometimes my kids or husband will walk in front of the camera, and you know, I love my life. I enjoy my life. I've created great daily habits. I do the things that I love. I try to avoid doing anything I don't love. I try not to deplete myself. I try to replenish myself, and I just do. I love coming on here on YouTube, primarily doing my recorded videos and putting my content up, now probably longer per day. And so, you know, that's what I do. That's what I love to do. And if I want to do a live stream, I will. And yet I'm not going to put myself under that pressure, which, you know, I want to do it because I want to do it and I want to enjoy it. And like I said, my cup of tea is not being a growth channel, not being a networking channel, but being a grandma channel, because that's what I'm about, sharing my daily insights, my daily wisdom, and just enjoying life and enjoying it, you know. And so I'm going to go for a run shortly, come back and check my college work and do little projects around here. Might stop over at my favorite antique shop. I don't know. I have kids, I have family, I have, you know, so I'll make some nice dinner. I don't know what I'll make. So anyhow, I hope you enjoy my videos, and please like, share, subscribe, you know, and please tell your friends all about my channel. I truly appreciate it. And just enjoy your life. Just enjoy the life that you have. Make the most of it. And please stop by every day and check out my channel. Okay? So from my house to yours, may God bless you. And I hope to talk to you soon again. From Grandma's porch to yours, wherever you're at. May God bless you, and I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye. Grandma's porch, a place to relax.